everybody, back today with some more Pokemon X and Y OU Wi-Fi battles. Looking at my team, this is something that we've pretty much seen before from me. Classic Rain team with Caesar and Infernape, bringing back the Rotom C, the Heliolisk, and you know, switching it up a little bit and putting the Swampert on there instead of the good old Ho-Ro. But looking at my opponent's team, Zende, he does have the Sand, so I want to try and keep my Politoed alive just so I can kind of screw with him a little bit. He does have that Landorus, which can be pretty devastating for Heliolisk and Infernape, if not destroy Rotom, if it is a special variant as well. Mega Mawile is always an issue, so is Talonflame. Dusclops, I'm worried, but I'm not too worried. The only thing I'm worried about is being burnt by that thing. But yeah, and that hoof kiss. I can't think of that thing's name right now. It was just on my tongue. What is that? Oh, when I see its name on the Keldeo, there we go. Yeah, bleh. Anyways, I'm gonna actually lead off with Swampert. He does end up going for the Scald here. I don't mind, because I know that I can live at least one. And I'm able to get my Stealth Rocks up. And, you know, looking at his team, he did not have a Rapid Spinner. So, you know what, 3 rocks for me. So that Talonflame is not going to be having a fun time. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get some leftovers back. I know that he's most likely going to go for Scald again. I don't think he would risk the prediction of going for the Sacred Sword if he's not Specs or Scarf. So I actually go out into my Heliolisk here because I got that dry skin and I can eat it up. Now, I went for the Volt Switch here, and it was very, very risky for me to do so because he does have that Landorus. But I also carry Surf, and this dude obviously knows that. So Tyranitar was actually his best option to switch out into. Now, had I carried Focus Blast, this man would have been destroyed. I think he gets Focus Blast. I'm fairly certain he gets Focus Blast, but, you know, I could be wrong. But, as you can tell, I get the Volt Switch off and am able to go out into my Politoed and just mess with this man's day. So he's obviously going to switch out. He lost the Special Defense boost from the Sand, and I'm able to get off a Hydro Pump on whatever wants to switch in, and it does happen to be the Dusclops, which, after Stealth Rocks, Hydro Pump is a 2-hit KO. I don't think I crit this man at all, but we'll see. I don't remember. I don't think though. Okay, yeah, we're good. And I'm able to get off another one, and I don't have to worry about the Dusclops anymore for the rest of this battle. Dusclops are just, they're annoying, especially if you don't have someone with knockoff. I don't have anyone with knockoff on my team, so that thing could have been quite annoying for me to deal with. I do have Roar to kind of roar it around on my Swampert, but, you know, that's a whole different story. Now I go into my Politoed. It is able to get off a Sacred Sword, but I do go for the Toxic, which is nice because any residual damage you can get, whether it's Sandstorm, Toxic, even one layer of Spikes, Burn, anything, is going to be good. Because it just helps wear them away that much, you know, faster. Now, since this is fairly early on in the battle, it really helps out a lot because this Keldeo, every turn it switches in and out, well, not out, but every turn it switches in or stays in, it will be taking that residual damage, so that's nice. Now, I go into my Heliolisk knowing that I knew he was Scarfed the whole time, and I knew that he was probably timid as well. So I sent out my Heliolisk, which is also Scarfed, but I'm modest, so I do not outspeed. And I don't know, it was a dumb play, and as soon as I sent my Heliolisk out, I was like, well, I don't have anything I want to switch in to take this hit, so I might as well just let Heliolisk go. I don't really need it for too many more things. Now, I predict this to switch out into the Landorus. I do end up going for the Leaf Storm over the Volt Switch or Thunder, and that is one dead Landorus. Modest Choice Specs, Rotom C. Modest Choice Specs, any Rotom will completely obliterate your opponent. Whether they resist it or not, it's not going to be having a fun day. Now he does go out into the Talonflame here. Obviously, I am Choice Specs, so I can't switch to, you know, Volt Switch or anything like that. But I kind of figured he would Roost anyway, and that is what he does. Now it would have been nice to have Swampert out because, you know, then I could have just Earthquaked and obliterated that Talonflame. But what are you gonna do? But seeing as how he went for Roost, I know that he is not Choice Banded, and I know that my Swampert can live a non-Choice Banded Brave Bird from where it is at. And, you know, I clicked that Waterfall. 69 HP though. And I get up this Waterfall, taking this guy along with me. Blow! And that's a dead Talonflame. Get out of here. Goodbye. Peace out. Deuces. Adios. Au revoir. Sorry to all my French viewers, but I don't speak French. Wish I could. It's a nice language. But he goes out in a Mawile. I kind of predict this thing to, you know, go for Sword Stance, especially since it did just get the Intimidate off. The Intimidate really helps with Mawile because if you switch in on a physical attacker, they're either going to be forced to switch or, you know, stay in and attack you while you sit up and get an SD off or whatever. But I am able to get off the Earthquake. It does a decent amount of damage. He does end up going for the Sword Stance. And this is good for me because now I can play with this guy a little bit. I know he's going to Sucker Punch because obviously I just outsped him with the Earthquake, and if he takes another one, he's going to die. He does go for the Sucker Punch, and I hit him up with that Roar. So he wasted pretty much 2 turns there and took over 50% on his Mawile at no cost to me at all, except, you know, being at -1. But that's not a problem. The only reason I really wanted to save the Swampert was for that Mawile. Just to kind of mess with it a little bit, and now that it has done so, even if it were to be at +2, I have things with priority that can outspeed it, and a combination of a Bullet Punch and a Mach Punch will take it out from where it's at. But that Tyranitar does get an Earthquake off. I'm able to get an Earthquake off of my own. Now, if I weren't at -1, it wouldn't have killed, but it would have done a little bit more. So unfortunately, that's the thing. But you know, what are you gonna do? Now he goes for the Crunch here. I don't know, to be honest, Earthquake, I don't think that Crunch would have killed if it weren't a crit. I honestly don't think it would have at all, but, you know, that's whatever. I do go out and do Infernape, get off that Mach Punch, easily taking out that Tyranitar. It's a date. And, yeah, it's 1 dead T-Tar. I'm going to take some Sandstorm's damage. I can't even talk. As he goes out into Keldeo. Now, obviously, I do not want to take a Scald. So, I am going to have to switch out here. I believe I go out into my Rotom C, because I do got that resistance. Yeah, I do go out into Rotom. Now, if you noticed, he crit me with the Crunch last turn. He goes for the Scald here. And, crits me again. Sandstorm is gone now, which is nice because I'm not taking that residual damage. But it's not so nice because that Keldeo is not taking it, and I want this thing dead because this is probably the biggest threat to me right now. Now, he does switch out the Keldeo, goes out into Mawile. Predicting my Leaf Storm probably, and I end up going for the Volt Switch here, and I'm going to be able to take out this Mawile, and I didn't even really end up needing my my Swampert too much after that, so it wasn't a big deal that it died a little premature. Anyways, I'm going to go out into Infernape here. It is my fastest Pokemon that I have left on my team, as he does go out into the Keldeo, taking some more Stealth Rocks damage. And, you know, I do end up going for the Mach Punch here. It doesn't kill, which, you know, I really wish it would have, but what are you going to do? And he gets off the Scald, easily going to take me out because that Keldeo is a monster. It is so strong. And if you run a Choice Spec set, it's even stronger, obviously. But I go back out into Rotom. There's nothing that he can do. This is his last poke. He does go for the Scald. I do have Caesar on the back for the Bullet Punch. I was like, let's have some fun. I'm going to go for the Thunder on the last turn of this game and just kind of see what happens. I hit the Thunder and take out the Keldeo and get a crit. So that's all the hacks back that you got on me, buddy. But anyways, guys, I had an early stream today at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it was pretty awesome. We had a lot of people in there. You know, a lot of people enjoyed it. If I, you know, can get on a somewhat normal sleep schedule, I think that's what I plan on doing. The plan was to during the weekdays stream at 8 a.m. And go till 10 or 11, and then on weekends stream in the evening like 11:30 to whatever, because people don't have work and things like that. I'm not sure if this is a thing that's going to be happening, so don't like come to my stream at 8 a.m. unless you check your notifications first, because I don't want to let anyone down. But I do have a new bot. You can actually start earning my currency on my stream. It's called Hacks, because I always get that Hacks. And basically you can use Hacks to sign up for battles. You can join arenas. You can bet on things, bet on matches. You can also, what else can you do with them? There's one more thing. I don't know, you can sign up for matches. Anyways, in the near future, somewhat near future, I plan on doing a giveaway, not only on my YouTube, but on my Twitch as well. They're going to be 2 separate giveaways, so don't worry about that. And, you know, don't worry about it until the time comes. You'll know when the time comes. You'll know. Peace out.